so much showing of support for the teams. But as you have mentioned a while ago, we have a lot of things prepared here for today. And we're jumping straight to the very first one, the team relay.
Here we go, 1v1s. And we wanted to talk about this, guys. The Rumble, we must address the Yordle in the room.
Yeah, for sure. And pretty much like what we have seen historically speaking in day one of the team relay, the winning condition for both these sides with the Rumble is that gold.
Absolutely, right. And there's a couple of ways that you can approach that, but the one that we've seen the most common is the first strike type of Rumble build. We've seen a lot of those playstyles where you just try and get as much gold as possible while throwing your harpoons at the enemy. But one thing that you have to remember here in this matchup, it's Long playing up against Xjang. Long is a jungle main. Xjang is a professional top planer.
Again, yeah, exactly. Long has the micro abilities, the decision making, the game sense to really hammer a 1v1 down. So just as you said, you got the first strike, you've got your ignites on top of the flame spitters, by the way. And we did see both ignites coming in. It is a mirror matchup. They're very familiar of how this is going to go down. So it's all about literally, and we keep saying this, execution, because they're literally playing the same champion.
And I feel like it really will boil down to the smallest of advantages that you could get. Maybe like a microsecond, but soaking under that flame spitter could give you just enough of a lead to pick up the win.
Yeah, really, this is a battle fortitude. You want to stay alive the longest, and you have the equalizer. Actually, Long going aggressive
forward
up against Xjang with flash forward, but that is just a summoner spell burn.
Exactly, and it is going to be quite the uneven game state at the moment because Zhang has still that flash. Long is able to use that defensively. But one thing to note that whenever we see a Rumble in the lane as a matchup, it is always, most usually, a 7,500 gold win condition.
Yeah, and this is looking scary. And I think one of the expectations here, we cannot see it, the other runes, but I think the Ixtali Sea Jar and also the Sweet Tooth enables you to get a bit of gold into the Honey Fruit.
Yeah.
So I think that is one of the expectations and what we can expect in this 1v1 and the next one forward.
And I think I just want to explain a little bit the reasoning behind why Long was flashing forward. It's about the minute advantages. Look, because of the flash forward, Xjang is down about 100 HP. Long is perfectly full, and here comes Xjang trying to put it back.
Flash as well to go for the engage. But really, as we have mentioned a while ago, these two champions are pretty much like fortitude. They have that defensive capability to tank that 1v1.
But here's the thing, level 5 is reached first by Zhang.
Yes.
Over the tower, crashing in, the wave crashing into Long's tower. So at this point, you can see that minuscule advantage when it comes to gold. And if Zhang still presses into this advantage, then we talked about this before. Whoever gets first blood, whoever gets first back, has that item advantage and is able to keep crashing the wave into the tower.
And I want to explain that as well, right? Long used his flash to try and get a little bit of damage onto Xjang. Xjang used his to clear the wave as fast as possible. That's how he got level 5 first, got the equalizer first, and he's got just a tiny bit of an XP advantage, pushing him over level 6 first.
But something interesting here, these two champions, or these two players specifically, has now bought a different first item. Because they have that Merc Threads, but Xjang wants to pivot more towards the defensive side, and you have Long more towards that damage.
Exactly. It is now a fork road. Earlier, it was happening almost similarly, the way that they were, when and where they were dishing out their skills. Now it's completely different. More damage exchanged for more health in comparison to Zhang. But at the same time, look at the gold though, the turret plates slowly dwindling, and how will Long be able to stabilize this is the biggest question.
And I think the item pickup signal just how these two players want to play the 1v1. Long wants to fight, and Xjang wants to play for the objectives. Remember, you win by either taking a tower or getting 7,500 gold.
Yeah, and this is interesting, because the thing is, traditionally, when you have the Ignite and you have the Flash, you want to be aggressive, you want to be fighting. In comparison to day number 1, from what we saw with the Renekton or even other players as well, picking up the teleport. So this is in stark contrast from what we have seen historically.
I like this. I like this a lot, honestly, because Zhang, whenever Equalizer is on, I will use it, even though I don't see a wave just yet. I'm going to use it to pressure. I'm going to use it in terms of tempo, ultimate tempo, rather, to make sure that I have it always online as the game progresses. Now we see the first crash onto Zhang. But so far, though, the lead is going to be a little bit, but only because Long went home and cleared the wave.
Unable to get the gold. He did get the XP, so that's a tiny, tiny advantage over towards Long.
He wasn't able to get the really minion.
Yeah.
The turn was able to get it. So that is a little bit of that minor disadvantage.
Oh no, Long.
And you mentioned a while ago, Datum, everything count.
Everything flashes forward from Xjang, trying to put a bit of poke damage onto Long. No flashes available for either, and the Harpoon's just not seeming to miss.
This is so fascinating to me to see a Rumble. We were talking about the meta, right? Like Renekton versus Rumble, but then I feel like this is going to keep at it. We still have another 1v1, maybe potentially at the very end of... For the audience out there, it's actually time!
1v1, Xjang in danger, but Ignite burning him down. Actually sold out, but will not go for the chase here. No more ultimates ready.
That Hextech Alternator absolutely hurts here from Long. It just gives him a little bit of extra damage, even though he's 200 gold behind. It's cool to see just how these interactions work with these items.
And for those that are unaware, Team Relay here, specifically in the 1v1, the winning condition, again, would be Tower First Blood, getting a double kill, or getting to 7,500 gold first. Xjang now in danger once again, getting that chase down, but still able to retreat scot-free.
Imagine if Long had Equalizer then. I feel like that would have been lethal and could hammer down the lead. But of course, patience is a virtue in these 1v1s, and sometimes if you get a little bit too excited, you may make a mistake.
Speaking of Equalizer,
once again, being aggressive here, Long, going for the chase here, up against Xjang. He's just sitting pretty. I have Burn Treads, I can tank it.
And speaking of tanking, Long will take 2 tower shots there, but he doesn't mind it. And you have to remember, guys, whenever we've had the first blood already, in the first day of our relay games, it is very rare that someone wins.
Yeah, for sure, because the first blood gives you 450 gold, and that difference really is a tiebreaker if you're gonna win or you are on a big deficit.
Sorry, I'm just really entertained by the way that they just try to juggle each other's flame spitters. Again, this mirror matchup is just very, very interesting. But Riftmaker now being picked up by both, so now it feels like we're on the right track again.
Yeah. You know what's weird to me is we're actually breaking down every single
I know.
It's day number 1.
It's the minuscule details because it's a mirror matchup. Maybe if it was a Renekton, Mordekaiser, Rumble, then perhaps it's different.
Back in Friday, I was all like, oh, Varus, tank Varus. That's my analysis. We're actually looking at each individual item pickup.
The unorthodox pick, so we never know, but it actually works.
It worked,
Varus has that long range, clear down wave very, very quickly, and it's similar to Rumble. But Xjang now being chased out. You have Long.
Oh, Long!
What? Long! It will be the first blood by Long.
Okay, forget about the 7,500 gold. Maybe getting a kill, maybe getting a second kill, but we're so close. 1,500 gold left. Long is going to be reigning victorious, and it was what Datum said. Whoever wins first blood usually wins the game.
Exactly, and this is the reason why the amount of stuff you could get from it is it's just going towards all of the objectives. Look at the gold, 1,200 left. Look at the tower HP, 900 left, and Long is just going to get extra HP just so he wants to end it now.
And traditionally, when you want to be aggressive, if you have that danger aspect, you want your wave to crash down to your opponents. And when Xjang went in for that aggression, it was WRLK who has the wave control.
But look at this, Xjang has a little bit more extra AP with the amplifying tool here, Riku.
Exactly, the equalizer being dropped down.
Silence for both sides. Long being chased out. WRB. Go for the dive, but will not be able to connect. Long counterattacks with that double kill, and that will be WRLK who secures the win.
I don't know why I high-five. I'm not the one playing the game, but honestly, it's so intense to me because there were so many win conditions prepped for Long. The tower is about to go down. 7,500 was about to reach, but you know what Long says? Hey, I'm Long. Even this is a Rumble game who will rely on the gold farm as a win con. Let's not do that this time.
Exactly, and I respect the attempt from Xjang. We talk about how whenever someone gets a first blood, it's almost guaranteed the win for them. So might as well go all out. We go down swinging, even under tower. I'll try to get the fruits as well. Why not? I respect the attempt, but Long comes out on top.
An absolute fest. I mean, Long, as always, this is what we keep on mentioning. This man is an absolute beast in the Rift. First 2 kills was the winning condition achieved by Long in Rumble. What a 1v1.
I mean, the last few moments, right, was equalizer on top of another equalizer. And we thought that the damage